level-headed when that situation comes. I could definitely say Jaden because in the moment he's been my teammate for the last 2 3 years, and having him there in that moment, it's easy to lose sight of the goals that we have set for ourselves, but it's also easy to feel overwhelmed that we're not meeting those expectations, and just having someone there to make sure that okay, it's okay, you might not have that, might not hit your goal this game, but next game or next practice even, you got to go harder because it was something earlier in the week that led to the preparation of you not being able to meet the goal. And that's something that I take personally. That's something that I feel that to myself. But just even Jaden, he always tells me like it's okay if you don't succeed right now because the next opportunity that comes, you will. And it's great having a teammate around like that. That's able to keep you level-headed in hard situations. Vice versa. I do the same thing for him. I remember, there was a game at IMG where for each other it was pretty hard. We were back at his hometown, and of course, him being in his hometown, he wants to, be able to make plays that, his expectations, like you said. And so, just being able to be there for each other, to make sure that keep each other cool and be like, okay, it's okay that you're not, doing so good right now, but you're still doing good. It's just not to the level of where you set the expectations to. You're still excelling way past, everyone else, but it's that expectation that we have for ourselves that are past the expectations that people set and that's why sometimes we could get a little bit, overwhelmed in the situation, but just making sure that we're there for each other. That's something that's very big.
Your career though is just getting started. If you could fast forward and see the future, what do you hope you accomplish in the next 3, 4, however many years from now?
Just getting my degree. That's the one thing that I'm looking forward to being able to do. Hopefully, God willing, I could get drafted first round. That's the expectation I've set for myself. Just being humble though is something that I'm very big on. I don't want to put the goals out there, but just know they're mentally written down, and I'm checking them as they happen.
What are you studying right now?
Right now, I'm studying in biology. I have plans to go to medical school, and so academics is very big for me. I take it with a grain of salt though because I wanted to study in neurology, and they don't offer it here. But biology is something that I'm definitely enjoying. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it, but man, I've been loving it. We had lab today earlier, and it was definitely a great experience. I had a video on my phone. It was good. It was a good experience overall, man. I'm just
setting stuff up. What were you doing? Come on. Let's have some details.
So it was this organelle that we had, and it gave birth on the camera, which it wasn't really supposed to. And I had got it out the tank, and I noticed that okay, it was pregnant at the start of our experiment, and I noticed that okay, that the egg is getting bigger. I'm like, how big is the lifespan of the organelle? And it was 2 weeks, so I'm noticing okay, it could give birth, in the next day or two. But as the lab went further on, I could notice that the baby was starting to move around, and she started to contract. And so it was probably like a 20-minute window of us just waiting for it to happen. And so we were like switching phones out, recording it, and it ended up giving birth on camera, like right before everyone left. And it was definitely like everyone in the class was going crazy about it. It was a fun time.
So is that what you want to do after football?
Yeah, definitely. Like I want to do something in the medical field. I want to become a neurosurgeon. That's my goal. And so going to med school is something that I'm very serious about. Hopefully I could, take the MCAT sometime, maybe in college. But, I'm pretty ahead as far as like, when it comes to credit hours. And so I feel like I could graduate probably in 3 years, maybe 2, if I just rush it. But, I don't have to be in a rush because I am a semester ahead of everyone else.
We talked to Walter Rouse. He wants to be a neurosurgeon too,
Oh, wow.
or a 3D printing maven, or he wants to rule the world. So talk to him about med school. So if you're thinking about med school, like who's the smartest dude in this freshman class? You guys got some scholars in this group?
Everyone definitely has their things that they're good at. I feel that intelligence is a very broad scale,
Yeah.
and so you can't really just say anything when it comes to like,
Right. Grades or
yeah,
right.
you know, because anything can play a factor in that, whether it be mental issues or I say mental issues, not like
Bad. I know.
yeah,
I know.
but
I
just
got
like
you.
something that's going on wrong off the field.
Right.
So all I can say is that everyone's pretty intelligent. Everyone has their quirks about them that they're great about, and everyone in our freshman class is definitely scholars, and that's something that I'm great about. I'm very happy about. That we have kids that want to excel in the classroom and on the field, and so I'm definitely happy for our 24 class.
You've got a lot of guys that are from the state of Oklahoma too. What's that meant to have guys like Danny and Xavier and Xavier's from your school district for crying out loud? You probably played little league against him or something.
Yeah, it's definitely a surreal feeling because Xavier, we went to the same middle school. We're on the same middle school team. We played running back together, and so just be able to have someone, on my team that we grew up together, dang near, and so having Oklahoma kids here at the next level is I'm grateful and I'm happy that this is something that I could do. That was the reason I chose to come back to the school was to, give a pathway for Oklahoma kids to excel and come live out their dreams at the next level. Because I want to be that example of, you might come from a rough situation, but you can always strive to be a better person than the situation presents that it might want you to be.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
No problem.
Thank you, David.